very important. They regularly get tested or inspected by the FDA in America, and they pass with flying colors. So this is really great things to know about a company, particularly, and to know where you're getting your products from. So they are protected by a dynasty trust. Sisel are here for the long term. They're not going to be here one day, gone the next. They did start in 2006. It was co-founded by Tom Mauer Jr. and his late father, Tom Mauer Sr. And now it is part of the Mauer family and protected by the Dynasty Trust. You can see in the picture here on this slide, we have Liesl Mauer, Caden Mauer on the right, and Thomas Mauer on the far left. That is, or Tom Mauer, Tom's sons, 2 sons, and his sister Liesl. So you're buying direct from the manufacturer. Sisel, as I mentioned, they own the Supernaturals manufacturing facility, which is the Mauers. They own the facility. It's fully paid for, and the manufacturing facility has been purpose-built to produce Sisel products. Now, it's not at full capacity. It's still quite a way off there, but there's plenty of room for future growth, and their goal is to dedicate that whole manufacturing facility just for Sisel, which I found quite extraordinary when I was going through the facility. The products are toxin-free, they're safe products, and they're underpinned by the Mauer mission. So many of you are familiar with the previous company that the Mauers owned, and you know about the Mauer mission, and that may be one of the reasons that you got involved, is that you really wanted to enjoy safe products that use the best of science and nature combined together, and that you don't have to worry about toxins in the product. So also part of the mission is to inform, educate, and empower people to make healthy lifestyle choices. And, you know, Sisel is a great vehicle to assist you to do that. So that's a bit about Sisel and why I got involved with Sisel. And so I want to give you a bit more of a background regarding skincare in general before we get into the Natrience skincare line. So many of you know that the bathroom is actually, or you may not know, is one of the most toxic places potentially in your house. You're getting exposure to many chemicals in your bathroom in the morning, in the evening. So this includes skincare, makeup, personal care products. And they say it only takes about 26 seconds for the chemicals in personal care products, skincare products, makeup to enter the skin and get into the bloodstream. So, you know, we used to think that the skin was a barrier in the old days, but now they're very aware actually the skin is a carrier. So anything that you're putting on is going into your body, and we can find all sorts of nasty ingredients in common household products, personal care products, beauty products, and this is a big problem. You know, many of you have heard about the ingredients like propylene glycol. It's used in industry as an antifreeze, and it's used in brake fluid. You would have heard of sodium lauryl sulfate. This is an engine degreaser. It's very good at foaming up and getting really soapy, but it strips basically the skin and can be quite harmful. So there's many other ingredients that you'll find in personal care that really have no place in there, and they've been grandfathered in. So if you look at the regulation of chemicals in our country, and other countries are similar, you don't actually require a license to start manufacturing cosmetics. You're not required to have GMP, good manufacturing practice. It's not a mandatory accreditation. You don't actually have to submit your products to any government for safety assessments. So it's sort of innocent until proven guilty. And so there's no real checklist as well. So this is a bit of a concern and a problem because you really don't know what you're getting in these products. So when you are purchasing products to use on your body, when you're using makeup, skincare, personal care products, you really want to be sure that the manufacturer who's making them is producing high quality, effective and safe products. So we want to be avoiding toxic and carcinogenic compounds, which are commonly found in beauty and skincare products. And there's a long list of them. We're not going to go through all of them. I do want to highlight the Natrience Never list. And I'm going to show you the Natrience user guide a little bit later on. And in this guide, they've actually got a list of the ingredients that they will never use in their skincare. And they talk about those ingredients in there so you can go through them and have a look. But, you know, those toxic guides can be quite useful to highlight to someone the potential harm that they may be doing to their overall health. And, you know, and one of the big things that women are concerned about these days, and men, is estrogen mimics. There's chemicals in personal care, in skincare, that mimic hormones in the body, and that can interrupt our hormones and our overall health and cause all sorts of problems. That's just one example, so I won't talk too much on that. That's a whole topic in itself. So how the skin ages. Many are not really aware, and I really want to highlight this this evening and then show you a solution for that. But many are not aware how much the sun actually ages skin. So sun damage, UV damage, we even get blue light from devices, laptops, and other things like that. That also impacts the skin. But sun damage is one of the most aging things you can do to your skin. And I'm going to show you a couple of examples of that. Dehydration, obviously not drinking enough water. Exposure to chemicals. The chemicals that are in the air actually stick to the skin. They get absorbed, they go into the body, and these chemicals are very aging to the skin. There's been studies that have noted people who live in the country where the air is fresher actually have much better skin and can live longer because they're not breathing in as many harmful chemicals. Obviously, diet plays a big role. Nutrient deficiency is also a big factor in this as well, in terms of how your skin looks and ages. And of course, your genetics will play a role there too. This slide here is just showing you the different types of UV damage. So you've got UVA and UVB, and you can kind of remember UVB as the burning components of UV exposure and how they actually impact and damage different layers of the skin. So the UVB really goes down to the epidermis, and the UVA goes down even further. So we want to really protect our skin. Now, this is a really interesting slide for you to have a look at. So this is a picture of a truck driver. This is actually a male, and you can see the left side of his face is very wrinkled and damaged. And what happened was, this particular driver was driving with mostly the sun exposure on that side of the face, or yeah, a lot more than the other. And so you can see how much the UV can actually accelerate aging in terms of wrinkles, damage, discoloration, things like that. You can also see like a DNA particle, a DNA strand rather, on the right. And when UV light comes in, UV photon light, it actually knocks out that DNA and it causes damage. So when the cells replicate, now they're replicating with damage. And so this is what the sun can do, and particularly excessive exposure. So we want to minimize direct sun exposure on the face if we want to minimize wrinkles, sunspots, those kind of things. Obviously, getting enough sun is important for health, for vitamin D, but in terms of aging, it's not great for the face or the neck. So you can see here, this is a picture of what's called UV aging or photo aging. And this particular picture here is showing what happens with lots of UV exposure on the back of the neck and on the forehead. So you can see this person on the left has had a lot of sun exposure, and they develop what's called these things called furrows, and they're arranged typically in a rhomboidal pattern. You can kind of see them crisscrossed at the back of the neck. So that's not aging, that's more UV damage. So obviously we get wrinkles as we age, but when you see that kind of furrows, it's an indication of sunlight UV damage. Similarly, on the right side, this gentleman's probably goes out in the sun all the time without any protection for most of his life. And you can see that you've got much deeper wrinkles, they call them furrows, and even cysts on the skin as a result of chronic exposure to sun. So obviously, before you go outside, it's a good idea to, the old saying, slip, flop, slap. So, you know, wear clothes, don't go out in the middle of the day, wear your sunglasses, find shade, and don't get burnt. Now, this particular slide, some of you may have heard about this before. If we want to talk about the molecular weight of ingredients in a product, and Sisel are very good at doing this, the Mowers are very good at doing this, and that is where they create a product and they use ingredients at the right molecular weight. So if you imagine that your skin as a fly screen, and it requires oxygen and moisture from the atmosphere and emits toxins, unwanted toxins, carbon dioxide, but it doesn't stop the entry of foreign bodies. So we've talked about pollution in that previous slide, but the molecular weight measures the size of an ingredient. And if the molecular weight of an ingredient is too large, it can't work effectively because it will just sit on the surface of the skin if it's too large. And so it's like trying to push a tennis ball through a fly screen, and it won't go to the layer of the skin that's needed. So an effective product that has the right molecular weight with the ingredients, when it's formulated like that, the ingredients actually go where they're meant to. So this helps to show you a little bit more. So obviously, if you've got a high molecular weight, the ingredients sit on the surface, but if it's low, it can penetrate into the layers where that's needed. And so when Sisel formulate their skincare, they look at the molecular weight of the ingredients to make sure that they're designed in such a way to provide maximum benefit. Okay, before I just go to this slide, let me jump to, I want to talk about the Natrience line now. So hopefully you can see this. Let me just double check. Yep, okay, great. Right, so this is the Natrience user guide that you will find in your Sisel back office. So if you're new to Sisel and you're thinking about trying the skincare, once you create an account, you can access the resource library and you can access this user guide, or you can ask the person to share this resource with you. So this is a PDF found in the back office there once you create an account. And this is a fantastic guide because it goes through each of the products and it gives the different regimes and how you'd use those products. So I was really excited also to present this information to you tonight because the Sisel Jelly Cleanser is back in stock, and that was out of stock for a bit. Now we're back online with that product. So now's a great time to try the Sisel skincare line, the Natrience line, if you haven't already tried it. So, you know, Sisel use the best of science and nature. So they look at the ingredients in nature, they look at the ingredients that are developed in science, combine the best of them together for a synergistic effect, and Sisel safe. So Sisel don't use any harmful ingredients or toxins, as previously mentioned. So that's a little bit about Sisel skincare, just getting started with the Natrience that you'll find in the first sort of page of this user guide. And now I'm going to go to the first product here, which is the Jelly Cleanser. So this is the product I was just talking about, is now back in stock. So this is an incredible cleanser. I'm sure that when you try it, you'll be amazed, as was I. I was a little bit nervous about using this product because as we get older, you know, our skin can start to dry out more. It gets a little bit more thin. It's not as moist. And, you know, nervous about using a cleanser and that it's going to strip the moisture from the skin. But I've certainly found with this product, it does not do that. It really hydrates the skin and it leaves it feeling cleansed and nourished and balanced. It's fantastic at cleaning as well. So it creates a sort of gentle foam and a rich lather. It removes unwanted oils, but it still retains the moisture of the skin. So we don't want to strip the skin and leave it feeling dry. It actually leaves the skin feeling very dry, soft and hydrated. So we've got some great ingredients in there. They use a mild coconut-derived cleanser and some other ingredients in there that help to clean the oil from the skin but retain the moisture. So that's really important. So we've got sodium hyaluronate, a bit of a tongue twister there. So this particular ingredient is like hyaluronic acid, but it's a naturally occurring component of the skin, and it helps to provide moisture, maintain hydration and plumpness of the skin. So I'm not going to go through all the ingredients of every product. We just won't have time, but you can find this guide. I'm going to touch on the next product. So that's a little bit about the moisturizer. Sorry. That's a little bit about the cleanser. Now I'll just move on to the next product. So the exfolium polishing peel. So this is a really great product. So this is the product that you'd really want to share with someone if you want to get instant results. So you use this product on the skin when it's dry. It won't ball up and do its job if the skin's wet. So that's really important to note, because I've had people say, I've tried this and it didn't really work. But you got to make sure the skin's dry before you apply it. And then you apply it on the skin. You leave it for about sort of 30 to 60 seconds before you kind of, in circular motions, start rubbing it off. And what it does is it loosens the dead skin cells. It gives a very gentle exfoliate. It exfoliates the skin and helps promote skin turnover. So promoting skin turnover is really important, particularly as we age, because when we're young, our skin turns over very quickly. And that's why people, when they're younger, their skin's plumper, more hydrated, firmer. As we age, this process slows down, but we still want to make sure we're getting rid of those dead cells, loose cells that are on there, because that actually gives us more of a dull appearance. So this product really goes to work. So it's very noticeable after you've used it, how effective it is. So this is a great product to test on people to really get them interested in this product range. And again, I'm not going to go through all the ingredients. It's going to take too long, and I'm mindful of time, and I've still got a few to get through. But you can download the guide, as I mentioned, and go through the ingredients. And I'll also share with you where you can find some video resources on this product range as well. But this is a great product. I tend to use this probably once, perhaps twice a week. I found that if I do it too often, you can cause irritation. You don't want to overdo it. And again, everybody's a little bit different. So what's good for one person may not be good for the next. And so it's sort of up to you to kind of trial that for yourself. Okay, so the next product here we've got is the Skin Dew Refreshing Mist. And some of you may have remembered Tom's previous product, Biomist, and that was a hyaluronic acid product, and you'd spray it on your face for kind of to refresh your skin, give you more moisture in the skin, and can be used throughout the day. So you would have remembered that from his previous line if you're familiar with him. However, this product is much more advanced. So obviously the science has moved on, but we've still got the key ingredients in there. So this product can be used any time of day or night. And I think I'd like to just share a little story with you about this product. And again, you can read up on the ingredients for yourself. But when I was away recently, I came back and I used the jelly cleanser. And then for a day, I just wanted to try just the Skin Dew, nothing else. So in the morning, I sprayed, after I cleaned my skin, sprayed the Skin Dew on. And then I did it again around lunchtime, mid-afternoon and evening. And I was really blown away with the results of just this one product, how much it really plumped my skin up. The visible like lines really just smoothed out. It was just really incredible for giving that moisture back into the skin, just that product alone without even putting anything else on. So, I invite you to even try that yourself. Try that for a day. Try putting the Skin Dew on a few times a day and see how much your skin loves it. See how good your complexion looks in the mirror after using this product. I think you'll be very impressed. So yeah, it does have coconut water in there as well as the hyaluronic acid and other ingredients, including marigold, to name a few. Okay, so the next product here, we've got the Cell Anew Perfecting Serum. So this particular product is really an anti-aging product. It helps to reduce the appearance of lines and wrinkles and give the skin a more smooth and even look. And it also has ingredients there to protect against environmental stresses. So this product can be used morning and night, and this would be used after you put on the skin after the Skin Dew mist. Okay, and then now we've got the serum. So we've got the Go Bright C Brightening Boost. So many of you familiar with the benefits of vitamin C on the skin. So it really helps to reduce the dark spots and discoloration and the signs of damage from the sun and the environment. And it leaves your skin bright and glowing. So this is a great serum that you can use after, and I'm going in order in which you'd use them as well. After the Cell Anew product, that would be the next product. And then the one after that is the Multi-Acid Clarifying Boost. This is a very active product. So you want to be mindful of this. You could use potentially too much of this. It can cause the skin to peel. It is designed to remove dead skin and exfoliate those cells away, the dead surface cells. So again, as I said, it has the alpha hydroxy acid in there. So if you use too much, you could find your skin gets a bit irritated. So just be mindful of that. But again, you can do a test on your arm. So these products are good. You can test on the inside of your arm to see how your skin reacts to them. It's a very active one. It's great for people with potential skin problems, acne, and things like that. Will absolutely love this product. And then the next one, which is probably my favorite one, which is the Photo Firming Boost. This one does an absolutely fantastic job at tightening the skin, reducing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It visibly plumps the skin as well, and just makes the skin look stronger and helps with the collagen production of the skin. So fantastic product. So this is definitely one I would recommend people try if they're not going to try all the skincare. This one I would definitely include because you want to get the benefits of having of seeing the lines and wrinkles reduce. So that's really a good product. It uses a special ingredient peach resin, which the Mowers have formulated and tested for quite some time with the right ratio of essential elements in there to have a really effective impact on your skin. So that is the Photo Firming Boost, and I use that night and day. So when I wake up after I've cleansed, use the Skin Do, the Anew, I then put on the Go Firm. Now, you could, as I've mentioned before, you've got the multi-acid clarifying, and you've also got the vitamin C. So they would go before this particular product. But if you don't want to use those two, you can just go straight to the Firming Boost. Okay, and then with the moisturizers, you've got the Hydrolyte Repair Lotion. That's for day. And then you've got the Hydro Rich Repair Cream for night. I've done a test with both. I really love the Hydro Rich Repair. I thought it would be the best one for me at the start, and then I thought I'll give the other one a go in terms of just using that one alone. Actually, one is designed for day and the other night, so that can work quite well for you too. But if you're somebody who's really looking for a richer moisturizer, this is the product for you. It does have shea butter and jojoba seed oil in there to provide a more richer experience, and it has a lot of the same ingredients as the Hydrolyte, but it's just a deeper moisturizer. So this is a fantastic product to recommend for people. And then to finish off, you've got the Skin Shield Mineral Sunscreen. So hopefully I've demonstrated to you tonight the importance of protecting your skin, particularly your face, from UV damage. You'll also find me walking around a lot with a hat, because that's another way to obviously reduce UV exposure. But when you're not wearing a hat, this is a great product to be using. And also when you are wearing a hat, because it contains broad spectrum protection. It's a 30+ sunscreen, and it uses the zinc oxide to block the UV rays on your skin. So what zinc oxide does is actually reflects the UV rays back out so they don't penetrate the skin. There's a lot of sunscreens on the market that use chemical blockers, so they don't even reflect the UV rays out. They use chemicals which are toxic and harmful to actually stop the rays getting into the skin, and it works in a different way, and it's certainly not very effective, and it's not very safe at all. So definitely zinc oxide is the best ingredient to protect the skin. And it does a great job. This product also has a tint in it, which is fantastic. So I use this in replace many days of foundation, and so that works well. And I find it very hydrating. Gives great coverage as well. You can apply a couple of layers, leaves the skin very moist, and it just helps with giving a glowing look. So I often will apply it in the morning, and then later in the afternoon or even in the evening, I'll add some more just to give a fresher look, because getting even exposure from, as I said, blue light does damage the skin too. So this is a great product. I highly recommend it, and I'm sure that you will love it. So that's kind of the skincare range there. I want to finish off with a couple of slides just sharing what other products you can combine to get the best impact for your skin and just improve overall look of your skin, as well as reduce wrinkles and lines. So if I flip back here to this presentation, I just want to show you this slide here. So this was a slide that I was talking about earlier, and this is before and after. and you can see the difference in the skin. And I'm just going to move this here, in age spots and wrinkles as well. So great results there. And again, can't quite see it in this picture, but the neck, it does really great results with reducing the lines and wrinkles on the neck and the sagging, which obviously becomes more prominent as we age. And now I also want to talk about a few of the products that you could combine to get greater results with our skincare line. So we've got the collagen B3. So this product is really great for hair, skin, and nails. Collagen is key, obviously, for the health of the skin, for wrinkles and lines. And as we age, the collagen gets weaker and reduces. And so if we boost that from the inside out, we can get a much greater effect overall. So I highly recommend the collagen B3 if you wanted to combine that with the skincare and get even better results. The other products that would also impact your skin in a really positive way, the Sisel Age Pill, I've talked about that in previous calls. The Age Pill goes to work to support the body to remove glycation and lipofusion, and both these things contribute to wrinkles, lines, sunspots, and overall aging. When you start taking this product, many people notice an improvement in their skin, including wrinkles and lines. And if you combine this product with the Sisel Natrience skincare line, I think you'll be really blown away at the results it gives. And I've also added a few other products in this picture. So of course you can't go past a good quality multivitamin and mineral to support your skin. So we've got the Sisel Encompass 360. You can take that with the Spectramax, or you could take either of those two products. And this may surprise you, but the Sisel Vital Vision is on this slide as well. The Sisel Vital Vision actually has ingredients that support eye bags. The cushioning under our eyes, the fatty tissue, starts to reduce as we age. And the Vital Vision has ingredients in there that support the eyes, including the cushioning. And I remember Tom Senior talking about that, which really got my ears listening, and thought, well, I definitely want to be taking that. Finally, here we've got this picture. This is Anthony. I have shared this before with the Age Pill presentation, but it's just to highlight that glycation does impact the skin. So Anthony has type 1 diabetes, and people who have diabetes, their skin can be impacted a lot more than people who don't. The skin can age faster because of the issues with sugar regulation and the increase in glycation, which then impacts the skin and the appearance of the skin. And you can see that with this, with Anthony taking the Age Pill, this was his before and after. I think it was 4 or 5 months, 5 months. He was taking the triangle too, but he got really great results with the glycation on his skin. You could see the appearance of lines and wrinkles was reduced, and he wasn't even using the skincare. So you could imagine combining skincare with some of the Sisel products, you're going to get just absolutely incredible results there. So I finish up there and say thanks for joining us tonight, and please get back to the person that shared this with you. And I do want to show you one thing just before I stop the presentation, and that is the Sisel YouTube channel. We have a playlist on the YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com, type in Sisel International, you'll find their YouTube channel. And if you go to the playlist, you'll find there's a Natrience playlist, and they have over 38 videos on this playlist covering every single one of the skincare products, how to use them, goes in depth with all the ingredients, the different regimes, everything that you could possibly want to know about this skincare range, you will find in this playlist on the Sisel International YouTube channel. So as you can see, there's all the videos, and we've also got them in other languages as well. So I invite you to go to that channel and have a look. But please do get back to the person who invited you to listen to this presentation, and let them know if you're interested and that you'd like to get started. So thank you very much for joining us tonight. I appreciate you taking the time out of your evening. I hope you found this information beneficial and informative, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Katie, thank you very much.
Katie.
That was brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Katie.
Thanks a lot.
That is the training on the Sisel Natrience product that Katie was sharing with us today. Now, there's actually some other things that have been happening that are really, really exciting as well. See if I can find it. Sorry, I picked up a bit of a cold, so my voice is throat is a bit scratchy. But yeah, so brain's not quite kicking in. So if you go to the Sisel Facebook page, which is this one, they're actually running a giveaway at the moment. I'll pop this. Actually, no, I'll stick this in first because I got the link for the YouTube playlist for the Natrience. Put it into the chat. Sorry about that. A little bit slow. So that's the playlist for that. But if you just go to the Sisel International YouTube channel, you can find it without that big. It's not that big a trailer. I'll show it to you now. So you just go to the Sisel International channel, and then you go to playlists, and then they've got the weekly training calls as well as the Natrience full playlist. So that was what Katie was referring to just then in the training. Sorry. So what I was wanting to share with you though is Sisel are doing a giveaway, and everybody loves giveaways, don't they? So are you ready to glow from the inside out? Sisel are giving away 5 lucky winners, the Ultimate Skin Health Duo with the Skin Shield Mineral SPF 50 plus. Oops, sorry. And the Sisel Gut Pre and Probiotic. Absolutely love this stuff. It's really good for your gut health. So they've got that giveaway happening. And all you need to do to enter is like this post on the Sisel page. So I will leave a link for the Sisel Facebook page in the chat. So you need to follow the page. So you click on following, and then you can come in here, and it should have like I'm a page in here on my page. So it doesn't have the option of liking at the moment. Then you need to go over and find the Natrience Facebook page, and click like on that one, and make sure you're following. And I'll pop the link in for that in the chat. And what was the next step? The next step was to follow Natrience on Instagram. So you come over to the Natrience and leave the link for that in the chat as well. And I'll have these in the description as well, so you can have a look at it later. So that's the, oops. Meanwhile, I went over there and then didn't actually share that tab. So this is the Natrience Skincare Instagram page. So it shares all the information there on Natrience on Instagram. And the other thing they to do is to follow the Sisel International Instagram as well. And like the post. And leave a comment telling them what your favorite Sisel product is. I love all of the products that I've tried so far. And I have been using the skincare for a little while. I did a video when I did my first trial of it. Let's see if I can find where that one is and show you. It was a while ago. I do apologise for being very croaky tonight. So unfortunately the lighting wasn't that great when I did the video, but that's my skin then and my skin now. I know my skin's, I'm noticing it's not as red, especially around the top here and around there. My vision's actually improved significantly as well. So going through that, you're welcome to watch that if you like. So really pleased with how it's working around the forehead area. I'm not noticing half as much redness as I was, but the lighting I've got in this video is not ideal. And mostly because the pure body jellies, pure bubble jelly, I'm not sure what it is. Sorry, I'm so organised, aren't I? I've just been using the Enliven, and I mostly use that in the shower, and then I'll do the skincare when I come out. But that's basically that. Now I'm going to quickly. So that's basically it for now. If you've got any questions about any of the products from tonight, please send me a message, and I will help wherever I can. And if you'd like to have a skincare party, or just have me come over and share some products with you and some friends, or even just you, well, I'm happy to work on that as well. But yeah, that's the Sisel Natrience products. I hope you found that interesting and helpful, and I'll catch you in the next live stream. Bless you. Have a great one.